is mature life in uni? I think it's like time to eat, and you don't want to be the one that gets eaten. They literally carried me through this year. Them and God got me through the year. So I found the perfect balance, and all I do is I prioritize my academics over everything. A single module, repeating a single module is a lot of money. You don't want to do that to your parents. You're not gonna find your soulmate. That's not your story. That's not your God-ordained story, my babe. But it turned out she only saw me as a school friend, and it was really painful when I realized that, okay, she doesn't want anything to do with me outside of school. Because visit them when you need help. Do not be scared. There's so many resources at uni, which is why I think it's so important to live at rest. Do not pack your entire wardrobe. I repeat, do not pack your entire wardrobe, because this is a mistake I made where you're disappointing parents giving you. If you're getting an allowance, like if your parents, let's say your parents are giving you 5K. I loved having Melissa as my roommate. I enjoyed it. It's time for you to sit up and look at yourself in the mirror and be so real with yourself. Be so real. Do you actually want to pass? Yay or nay? Get yourself out there. Step out of your comfort zone. That you are allowed to pick up. Okay, I want to drop this class. Hi my angels. Hi my babies. Welcome to 2025's first sit-down video. Okay, so I'm just going to give you guys the points that I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking there, looking at myself in the mirror. If I look here, I'm looking at the questions you guys sent me. And if I'm looking there, I'm looking to make sure that I'm still recording. But if I look here, I'm looking at you. Hi, beautiful. Hi, baby. I have my AirPods in just in case you guys can hear my mommy. So after you guys asked me all of your questions and everything, I've curated a list of topics that I'm going to be discussing with you guys today. They're going to be somewhere on the screen, so depending on what exactly you're here for, you can just scroll to that time stamp. Let's get started. While I answer all of you guys' questions and speak about the topics, I'm going to be doing my makeup. So the question I got here is, how is a mature life in uni? Let's unpack that real quick. So you guys know, personally, I don't date. I don't find boys to be entertaining. I don't, like, sexually I am attracted to them. I am straight. I often do get that question as well, but I just don't think boys are entertaining. There just hasn't been a boy that has come my way where I'm like, you know what, like, I could give you a second of my time. That just has not happened for me, unfortunately. But from what I've seen, girl, dating in uni is crazy. Dating in uni is a completely different, like, it's a different ball game in comparison to dating when you're in high school and stuff. Especially if you're going to be living at rest. This is what makes rest wives. Do not become a rest wife. Oh my gosh. Oh, Asanda. Okay, like, this is what curates rest wives as dating in university. I don't think it's worth it. I would never look at anyone and be like, yeah, I totally feel like you should date. Like, I don't think it's worth it. I really don't think it's worth it. I feel like guys, which one of us snacks? Like, boys are very snacks, and they know exactly what they want from you and when they want it. Like Mamela, the things I have seen from like other people in uni, a few of my friends in uni, it's like, girl, it's never giving worth your time. I think especially if you are a Christian girly and you are saving yourself for marriage, there's not much you can give a boy in university, because that's all they want. They just want a cookie. They just want to take a bite. I am telling you now, this is big sister advice. I'm going to be so brutally honest with you guys here. Like, oh, he likes my personality. He probably doesn't. There are a few good are they really? I think it also depends, like, which city you're gonna be going to university in. If you're going to university, go Pretoria, Johannesburg. I think I just don't trust men, which is completely valid. Like, no one can judge me on that. I really don't trust them. So I really wouldn't suggest anyone to be going into your first year, especially dating, because when you get there, you guys are going to be mixed masala. Some people, let's take UP for example. Let's say you're going to UP. Some people are going to be coming from KZN. Some people are going to be coming internationally. Some from Cape Town, bro. Some from Limpopo. It's mixed masala. Everyone is going to be interested in literally everything, every single race, every different type of girl, body type, this, that, and that. And boys in Korea, they see that mixed masala and they think it's their time to eat, and you don't want to be the one that gets eaten. I'm not speaking from experience, obviously. Praise the Lord, but you definitely don't want to be one of those girls who is known for, oh, she was a mang mang and then she so honestly, I highly, if I had a little sister, I would tell her, do not date during your first year. You're not gonna find your soulmate. That's not your story. That's not your God ordained story, my babe. That's not for you. Okay, thank you. So yeah, boys university, no, don't clash, don't mix. It literally says in the Bible that it is better to remain single while you are young, because I think university is a time for you to like fully explore yourself as a person, figure out who you are, figure out what you want in life, figure out if the course that you're doing is literally the course that you want to be doing for the next 3 years, is the job that you want to be getting. You should be doing that type of research. You should be building friendships. And I need you guys to listen to me. Don't just watch me up and then go do your own things once you get there, because I've played this game before. I've played these games before. For anyone who's wondering what is her capability status, like, is she literally just a second year? I have been doing tertiary education for 3 whole years. I'm going into my 3rd year now. First year, this is also another question that I often get. So I often get this question. I'm going to be mixing these two. This is more normal to oily skin, and then this is for oily skin, and this is matte and this is not. Mixing those two. If you've been watching me for a long time, you would know I had a problem with this one the first time I bought it, so I'm mixing them. Anyways, during my first year I was in Eduvos, Pretoria, and I was studying biomedicine. Loved biomedicine. Oh guys, I loved biomedicine so much. I loved studying it. If you go back to my old videos, you would know, like, I was always studying. I'm a very studious person. I genuinely do enjoy school, which I know, so weird. Like, what do you mean you enjoy school? I enjoy school. I like learning new things. Like, my favorite time of the year is exam season. Like, I really am just that annoying girl. Which we'll get into time management and everything, and how to become an academic girly, especially during your first year of university, because you are experiencing so many new things that you're literally gonna have to log in a different way, my guy. In a different way. So this is how the blend looks. I think it looks pretty good. It's pretty much almost my skin tone. So yeah, a lot of you guys often ask me, why did I leave Eduvos? Like, was there something wrong with it? Yes, there was everything wrong with that school. There was everything wrong with that school, guys. I literally had to teach myself the work. I was my own lecturer. Like, we would write tests and stuff, and like the work that we'd be writing on just wasn't, like, my lecturers just sucked, point blank period. They literally just sucked. I had the worst time there. Everyone who I was attending with, who like, we were all hated. Like, it was either, oh yeah, I'm leaving next year, or if they were staying, then they were hoping to move to like the Midrand campus, because we all heard that like the Midrand campus is a little bit better in comparison to the Pretoria campus, which is where I was. And we didn't have laboratories built at the time, so that was also like really hard for us. Like, it was just really bad. I taught myself the work. It was very expensive. It was 120 K per year. Mind you, I have a single mom, so that's hella expensive, out of pocket and everything. So it really just was a gag year for me. I hated being there. I love the course. I love learning new things. I truly do love learning new things, and I find biology and science and all those type of things extremely, like, I find it interesting. Like I'm that girl. Like, I will sit in front of the class and stuff. I will attend majority of my lectures, not all of them, because I did bunk a little bit here and there. But for the most part, I am in my lectures. You know, I'm asking questions. I'm emailing my lecturers. Like, that's just the type of person I am. I am a very academic person. I do like school. I do enjoy it, especially if it's on a topic that like I'm interested in, like science, which is quite funny because Second year, I moved to NMU. So after Eduvos, I went to NMU, which is where a lot of you guys found me, was at NMU, and I was studying business. So now I am in the business sector. I went from health sciences to business and economics, and yeah, girl, like, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know how I feel about being a business babe. I don't know if that's what's in the future for me. Like, I just don't know. I'm just a girl who doesn't know, honestly. I don't know. A lot of people ask me like, oh, why did you switch from health sciences to business and economics? Like, was it too hard for me? It wasn't too hard for me. I just struggled in Eduvos, and then after that I applied to different universities, one of them being UJ, which is literally my dream university. Like, I think I will definitely be doing my honors there for sure. Like, I really do want to get into UJ. That's, oh guys, I love UJ so much. Literally a dream for me, always has been a dream, always will be a dream. Yeah, so after that, I do get a lot of questions like, oh, was it hard for me? It wasn't hard for me. I didn't find biomedicine to be particularly hard or anything. I didn't struggle with the classes. I was passing fairly okay, passed with distinctions in health sciences, moved to business and economics, passed with distinctions again. Do I praise the living God or do I praise the living God? Because like, guys, like, I genuinely do get really good grades, which is also another question that you guys had. And then now I'm going to be going into my second year in business economics. So I feel like I'm just going to be here. Like, I'm literally just going to be here. I don't know, guys. I don't know if it's what I want, but at the end of the day, I still am very young. I'm turning 20 this year. The reason why I started university while I was only 18 was because I skipped a grade. I skipped a grade in primary school, so I've always been like a year ahead in comparison to other kids. So yeah, that's my story regarding all of that. One thing I can tell you is that coming from someone who was able to pass, like, irregardless of the, like, where I was going, what I was studying, you really just need to lock in. Like, honestly, you just need to lock in. It's never a factor of like, you can't be blaming your lecturers for certain things, especially if you have good lecturers. Like, if you're going to an actual university and your lecturers are trying, you can't be blaming them for anything, even if they aren't trying, which I think is something I do blame myself for a little bit when I was at Eduvos. Like, I could have just done the work myself. I think the thing that pissed me off was because a lot of my friends were like in actual university and I'm here paying probably more than they're paying and in a private institution, but I'm not getting my money's worth. Do you get me? So I just knew from the jump that Edforce was just not going to be for me. Personal preference. If you are planning on going to Edforce or something, okay, if you get your results back and you're not happy with your results, rewrites, like literally rewrites. I've heard a lot of stories on TikTok about people who rewrite and they feel like, oh, like they did worse than the first time. Dude, literally stay home. Don't give your parents too much hassle. They were paying your school fees for 12 years. Just talk to them and let them dollar you a tutor for the subjects that you're rewriting, and lock in. If social media is something that you've been interested in, this is a good time to start, like, you know, looking, go social media, go to, okay, what can I do? How can I get into the social media thing while you're rewriting? Because you're gonna have a lot of spare time on your hands. Like, it's neither here nor there, and it's never something for you to be crying about. It's not the end of the world if your results are just not what you're expecting. I can tell you that for free. Okay, it is not the end of the world. I'm answering questions right now. I don't know, I'm probably going to be jumping from topic to topic. Yeah, I'm just doing what my heart desires. Honestly, I'm just speaking from the top of my head. I didn't even write a brief of like what I was going to be talking about because I didn't want to fake it. Like, I just didn't want to fake it. Like, I didn't want to feel like I'm speaking scripted, you know. Anyways, I'm just gonna give my concealer some time to dry. While it's drying, let's continue answering some questions. How do you do your Bible study? I really want to know. I have a video up on how I do my Bible study. And then, how do you manage your relationship with God and your schoolwork? God is in everything that I do. I pray over every single thing that I do, every single place, every single venue I'm about to enter. So for me, it never really was hard to include him when it comes to my schoolwork. I think if you watch any of my academic days in my life, you will see this. I always talk about praying before you study, praying before you write a paper. I truly believe in praying. I believe in prayer. I'm a firm believer that prayer will solve a lot of issues for you. It will solve, prayer will get you there, literally. No one ever believes me when I say this until they look at the growth that I've had on YouTube and in my life in general, ever since I started taking my prayer life more seriously. I need you to log in and take your seriously, babe. Yeah. So before you study, you want to sit down, you want to pray. Before you start a new class, because you can pick which classes you're going to take for the semester and stuff like that, you are allowed to pick which, okay, I want to drop this class. And once you're able to pick the modules that you're going to be taking, the lectures you're going to be taking for those specific modules, I want you to pray over those modules. So you're going to pray over it. Just tell God, bro. Like, it depends. Everyone has a different relationship with God. I tell him everything. Like, I'm like, hey, God, like, I believe he's a girl dad through and through, and I will tell him everything. Like, hey God, 1, 2, and 3, I'm gonna be taking this class. I'm super scared. This is what's expected from me. At the end of the year, I want to get an 80. And then once you're done with that, you're gonna put in the work. Because I've seen so many people like, oh yeah, like I pray over my things, but like it still doesn't work. If you're gonna pray to God and ask him for 80% in a distinction in a module, and then after that you're gonna study as if you're studying for 40% and your aim is 40%, what do you expect God to do for you? Or what do you expect him to do for you? You know, there's not much you can do for you if you're not willing to help yourself. God helps those who are willing to help themselves. If your aim is to get to a specific grade by the end of the year, work like you're trying to get a specific grade. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. You guys watch me. You've seen how my life is in university. You've seen how hard I work, and it shows because I get really, really good grades. I wouldn't say I get really, really good grades because university is most definitely harder than high school, but I do get my distinctions, and I did pass with the distinctions in some modules, so take it from me. So now we're going to talk about how to make friends. That is such a good one. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't know. If you go back and you watch any of my vlogs when I was still in Eduvos, I really did struggle to make friends that year. I was lucky enough to be friends with Tote and Bomi Bami. I still speak to them here and there, like we'll wish each other happy birthday, like, oh, happy birthday girl, happy birthday, like that type of thing. I wouldn't say we're like particularly close, like we don't really talk like that anymore, obviously because I'm not in the school anymore. But in regards to how to make friends, those are the only friends I had. It's very hard to reach me as a friend. I don't like being on my phone. If I am on my phone, I'm on TikTok. I don't like texting. I hate texting with everything in me. Don't text, like, okay, I prefer texting. I hate phone calls. Like, don't call me. I don't understand why you can't just type out what you want to say. Don't call me. Texting, I'll respond when I can, or I'll respond later. Like, I'm just not the girl for phone, guys. Like, I'm waiting. So for me, it's very hard to make friends, and I think the way I was able to become friends with my socks, my girls that I'm going to be seeing very soon, was because of my res situation. So for those who don't know, I got placed in a res where I share a unit, basically an apartment with how many girls? 7 other girls, me being the 8th girl. So it was 4 bedrooms, and each bedroom has a sharing, so you were sharing with another person. And I would highly recommend this type of situation for any first year, because especially if you're moving into a city that you don't know, like if you're from KZN and you're going to Eastern Cape, or you're going to Cape Town and you know no one there but an odd uncle here and there, the best situation for you is to get not only a roommate, because I think roommates are not for everybody. They were definitely not for me. I was lucky, I was just blessed enough to have gotten a roommate like Balisa. Balisa is my roommate. her and I get along like a house on fire. Rip to all those who are hurt in the Los Angeles fires, by the way. Like, that's crazy. Like, no jokes. Like, I'm so sorry people are going through that. Like, damn. But yeah, we really do get along, her and I was blessed enough to be with her, and the people that I was housed with, like Sasa, Nosi, Wandi, MJ, and the Swatis, like literally the best grouping ever. But I really would suggest that if you are a first year, especially if you know that you're really scared to like make friends and stuff, I would highly suggest that you girl, like I would like highly suggest that you get a unit with other people. Don't get a studio or a bachelor, because sometimes the friends that you make at school, you'll think that they're your friends, but really they just see you as a school friend, which is okay. Like, no harm, no foul. I also had that incident this year with a girl who I thought was gonna be like a genuine friend and stuff, but turned out she only saw me as a school friend, and it was really painful when I realized that, okay, she doesn't want anything to do with me outside of school, because she literally ditched me when we were supposed to go somewhere. Like, we were gonna go somewhere together. Luckily, there was other girls at my risk that were also going to the event, so I ended up going with them. But yeah, I planned everything with her, and then jiggy, she's not answering my phones. Like, she wasn't answering my calls, she wasn't answering anything. Next time I see her posting she's at the event, so I was like, okay, cool. Nah, away, like it's fine. And I just had to realize that she only does see me as a school friend, and she doesn't see me as a friend outside of that, which is okay, honestly. I mean, later on she did try and like make me an outside friend, but once I take you out of my heart, like, you're out for real. Like, you're so out. Like, once I say I'm done with you, like, I'm so done. Like, I'm not a person who begs other people, more especially for something like friendship. Like, come on. I'm very okay being by myself. Yeah, no, I'm a lost born, so begging does not come easy to me. Like, listen, that does not come good. It doesn't come easy to me, and I hope it never comes easy to me. I will never beg someone for friendship. Also, another way for you guys to make friends, I don't know why I didn't mention this the first time, is to get involved on campus. Like, if your race is having some event downstairs and you feel like, oh, that's so silly, I don't want to go, I'm not in the mood to meet people, like, honestly, how are you gonna make friends? Because that is the best time for you to be going around and networking. Networky, my guy. Networky. Uni is to networky, because at some point the friends that you make in university, you're either going to be asking them for money at some point in your life, like when you're older, obviously, or you're going to be inviting those people to your wedding. Like, those are where you make your adult friends. That your uni friends are literally going to be your adult friends if you choose the right people to be your friends. So yeah, networking, all of that. Avoid procrastinating by all means. I procrastinate a lot when I'm in uni, but that's because I know that I work better under pressure. Like, actually, I don't work better under pressure. I do gawk shit when I'm under pressure. I just like saying that, so I have a reason to continue procrastinating, and no one can check me on it. But honestly, check me, girl, check me. You never want to be that girl that's always doing assignments late, that's always submitting late, because lecturers literally mark that down if you're always submitting at 12. I remember for my communications lecture, I was submitting all of the assignments super late, and then this one time I emailed her asking her for help, and she's like, oh, you always submit late. I was asking her for help for an assignment we had, and she's like, you're the one that always submits late, so I've seen your record. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. She didn't have to check me like that, but honestly, they do see that. They don't really care. Lecturers don't care, bro. Like, the earlier you figure it out, Tubuti, they don't care, the better uni will be for you. They literally don't care what you have going on. Oh, Mang passed away, so I couldn't do the assignment. Okay, they'll probably give you an extension. Actually, they won't even give you an extension. They're gonna want a written letter. They want a death certificate if someone passed away most of the time for you to be able to write the sick test. You also don't want to put yourself in a position where you're constantly writing the sick test, because uni is so hectic. It does happen that like you are gonna miss a test here and there by mistake, honestly by mistake. It's either you were busy with something or you slept through the time, especially if it's an online test. You slept through it, your network wasn't really good. Girl, give yourself some grace, literally, and just go get that sick note. Go to the doctor, go get a sick note for that day, submit it, and they'll understand. I mean, as much as they are like pretty harsh with like submission dates and stuff, like they really don't care if you weren't able to, and they're not gonna follow along. Like, I know in high school teachers usually like follow along, like, oh, how far you guys with that assignment, like, oh, don't forget the submission dates. Girl, once the portal to submit your assignment is closed, it's closed. Like, there's literally no saving you. I'm so sorry, there's not much they can do for you. And if you do write them an email, they'll be like, oh, it's closed. If you have a sick letter, we can help you. But if you don't have a sick letter, sorry, whoopsie daisy, sucks to be you, I guess. And they really just don't care about you. They really don't. You will miss your little pestering high school teachers who gave two shits about you, because in uni they don't care, dude. They really don't care. Whether you show up or you don't show up, they don't care. I mean, as much as they can help you when it comes to boosting your DP, if you need the help at the end of the year, sure, but realistically they're not going to be texting you like, oh, where are you, oh my gosh, you weren't in class the other day, like your teachers in high school do. Bro, whatever your teachers in high school were telling you about uni, they're 100% correct. I saw someone ask me if they care about like which extracurriculars you did. They don't care. They don't even know. I mean, they do ask it like in the application, because obviously if they ask in a good amount, and like if you say yes, they know that okay, at least she might join the cross country team, she might join the athletic team, she might join this, she might join that, but they honestly do not care. Like, why would you care if someone's random kid was doing athletics at your school? Like, how is that any of your business? Like, you are just a number in university. I need you to understand that today. You are literally just a number. Whether you attend or not, they do not care. Sorry, they don't care. Which is why I always say like having roommates is also really nice, because your roommates care. I remember there was a time where I just was struggling so much, like with, you know, adjusting and everything, and I would like skip some of my lectures and stuff, and Papalisa were like, girl, do you even attend? Like, well, I attend Namara, and it was during like first semester, like in the beginning. They asked me like, girl, do you attend? Why are you always home? Like, what's going on? What's cooking rice with you? And I was like, okay, they're clocking me, they're minding my business, and I love it. Thank you guys. And I started attending. Like, I started going to the lectures I didn't even feel like were necessary to go to. But it was really hard for me to get into the whole uni thing, because I'm literally going from health sciences to business. That is such a jump, and especially as someone who isn't necessarily the most interested in business. So yeah, that's just another thing, having good roommates. Also being a good housemate, bro. Like, don't be that housemate, don't be dirty, you know. It's very important to understand that the space that you now have, especially if you have a roommate or a housemate or whatever, the space that you now have is not just yours anymore. As much as you had your own room, go hi, this is not home. Sister, this is not home. It will be your home for the next few months, but it's not home. You can't just do matanda wakolana, you know. You need to be very considerate of the person that you're living with, or the people. If you're blessed enough to get a group of girlies, which I always like, I will highly recommend that for anyone. Like, don't be scared to get a roommate. My roommate's experience was literally the best. We would study together, you know. If you watch my vlogs, you know Balas and I went to the library together a lot of times. Me and the girls, the other girls went to, sorry, I keep looking there because I'm trying to fix a mistake I made. Me and the other girls would literally go to the library together all the time. Like, it was jolly, holly, jolly, polly, molly. Like, literally, it was just me and my girls against the world, me and my socks against the world, and it'll still be me by 6 years old. Thank you. So it's very important, guys, very, very important to take your schoolwork seriously. Like, university is too expensive for you to not want to go, to not want to attend. Time management is very, very important as well. Like, you really need to lock in once almost go long. Right now I'm just trying to wrap up everything that we spoke about, because I'm done with my makeup. We can go done talking. I don't know if you guys are gonna want a second one of these. I'm gonna put a list of everything. When you're packing for university, do not pack your entire wardrobe. I repeat, do not pack your entire wardrobe, because this is a mistake I made. I packed my entire wardrobe. You guys saw how expensive it was for me to come back home. Like, especially if you're doing long distance, you don't need your entire wardrobe. In regards to clothes, like if you're wondering, okay, like what do I need, what do I not need to bring, you need jackets, jerseys, obviously for the winter time, depending on how far you're moving. Obviously if you're moving like to a different continent or something, bring your jackets and your jerseys, because you never really know. But if you're moving close to home, then like you're cool, you're chilling. But you do need jackets and jerseys. This is clothes. Jackets, jerseys, different types of pants. Get as many jeans as you can, you know, those flowy yoga pants. Get as many sets as you can, because sets all come in handy. So pack your sets, pack your flowy jeans, jackets, jerseys, and then basic tops. Like tops like the top I'm wearing, because you can put this top on and then put something on there, like a nice jean on and a jacket, and that's a full-on outfit. And that's basically like uni uniform, because you just like really don't want to be doing a lot. Sometimes you just want to go to your lectures tight fella, you know, like you really just don't want to do a lot when you're in uni, because that's not going to get you far. It really is not going to get you far having so many clothes, because most of the time in these erasers, they don't give you enough space for all of those clothes. So you don't want to bring a lot, but just bring at least like 4 pairs of jeans, some tights, at least 4 sets or something, and then basic tops like the vest, the and then obviously your pajamas, bonnets, underwear, all of this type of stuff. And then in regards to the kitchen, most places just give you like a stove and a microwave. You're gonna have to buy like a kettle. Yeah, you're gonna have to buy like a kettle. Please buy air fryer if you can. Please buy air fryer. Get like maybe 1 pan and 1 pot if you have an air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, then get like 2 pots, 3 pots maybe, a single pan. Get scaftings. Scaftings are very important. You are going to use them. Trust me, you will be needing them. Get this scaftini. Get at least like 2 plates, 2 mugs, 2 cups, a lot of cutlery, because cutlery goes missing. I don't know how it goes missing, but girl, it goes missing in university. So get yourself some cutlery. I've always wanted to do a slit. Get yourself a lot of cutlery when you're in uni. Trust me, you will need it. You will need it, because the likelihood that you're gonna lose something, girl, it is so high. It is embarrassing. Like, you will lose something. And then in regards to groceries, when you're doing your groceries for the first time, don't be too fancy and don't stress out your parents. Man, you're trying to buy things like, hey girl, buy the basics, buy oil, you know. This is honestly up to your parents to decipher like what you're gonna buy. But then, you know, 10 stuff, depending obviously on what you like to eat. One thing I survived on a lot when I first moved into uni was stir fries. Something that's very easy, quick to make, that I don't have to worry about, was a good stir fry. I'm not really a breakfast person, but I would normally have cereal or muesli, or I got into porridge like later in the game of university, because I just didn't have the time for a lot of things. Like, time is something that you're just not gonna have. So it's very important to obviously, when you wake up, sit down and schedule everything. Write down what's okay. I have lectures from this time to this time. I'm gonna get home at this time, and when I get home I need to do 1 2 3 4 5. You need to stick to the schedule, because if you're honestly writing down a schedule every single morning and then you're not listening to it, like you're not adhering to it, you're not doing what your schedule says to do, who are you disappointing? It's the same thing as your friend always saying, oh yeah, Chomi, like I'm coming to see you, blah blah blah, and then they never come and see you. Are you gonna remain friends with that person? No, you're not, because every day, Bona, there's a story. Oh, I couldn't come see you because of this. They always have excuses. At the end of the day, you're gonna realize that that friend probably hates you and doesn't want the best for you. So if you're acting like that with yourself, don't you hate yourself as well? It's giving hate. It's giving hate. If you're gonna say, oh yeah, when I come back from school, I'm gonna do 1 2 3, and then you come back from school and you do none of that, like, clearly you hate yourself. Because why are you treating yourself like that? Now personally, if I tell myself that I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna do 1 2 3 4 5, I'm gonna get 1 2 3 4 5 done. Point blank period. It's never a question. Okay, how are you gonna lean on other people and trust other people if you can't even trust yourself? Like, you plan to have these goals, you're a little misambitious the night before, and then people think it's funny to disappoint yourself. That's why you let men play in your face like that. Okay, girl. Let me sit this way. Now, the only person you can count on in university is you, and maybe if you do have some close friends that you can count on, obviously you can count on them as well. But if you can't even count on yourself, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you, my babe. I don't know what to tell you, but time management is very important, guys. Building connections is very important. Taking care of yourself is extremely important as well. Like, okay, I'm done with the makeup. All I did was just let my hair down and like put a little bit of water in it, so I can kind of give that wet look effect. This hair is actually from Beamy Hair. They're sponsoring me on Instagram if I'm not mistaken, but you guys will get all those details on Instagram. But I just want to close off by answering any questions that I just may have not touched on for you guys. First one is, do universities care about extracurriculars? No, they don't. Is moving from one university to another wrong? I don't think it is. I did that. I moved from private institution to university. I don't think it's wrong in any way, shape, or form. There's nothing wrong with starting over. You are so young. Most of you guys are probably like 18, 19, 20. I'm 20. That is so young. Like, you can start over at any time. Literally, your life is yours to live. Like, you never have to worry about, oh, is it wrong? No, none of that. What course you initially wanted and what you chose. I've always wanted to be in the health science sector, but I am in economics, so fantastic. How was your first year both at Eduvos and NMU? I spoke about that. What ways can I romanticize studying as a content heavy course? I'm passionate, but I'm a lazy student. There's nothing I can tell you but just to get up. Like, you can't say you're passionate, wada, but you don't want to work. That doesn't make sense. Those two don't go hand in hand. It's time for you to sit up and look at yourself in the mirror and be so real with yourself. Be so for real. Do you actually want to pass? Yay or nay? Like, I know it's uni based, but what advice would you give to a high school learner who is trying to get closer to God or get good grades? In high school, I feel like high school can be very complex, and people try to simplify it and make it seem like high school is easy. High school is not easy. I don't think any school-based thing is easy, because at the end of the day, you are being judged for what your brain is able to attain or something, and you're being judged for something that you shouldn't be judged on. Like, your grades do not define you in any way, shape, or form. But I can say that a way that you can, like, romanticize things, guys. Romanticize things. You guys see how I romanticize something. When I'm about to study, I buy myself a little snack. All of my notes are aesthetically pleasing. I have cute little pens and pencils. In my head, I'm Rory Gilmore, you know. There are a lot of shows on Netflix that you can watch that can push you to be a better you. Even though I feel like looking at the price of your tuition should be more than enough for you to be a better you, because it's expensive. I could own a lot of Louis bags, okay? It's very, very expensive. So yeah, that's like literally the best advice I can give you, is just romanticize it to the best of your ability. Don't always study in your room. That gets boring. If you have a garden at home, go study the garden. If you have friends, if you're a person who likes studying with other people, do that. Go study at a cafe, go to a restaurant, get like a like a coffee, like, and lock in, like, literally, and pray over it, obviously, because if you feel like you can't focus, like your mind is always everywhere, then that's definitely something that you should be praying over. How to overcome pressure as a Christian and not falling into temptation. I don't know. The best place for the devil to tempt you is when you are out of home, when you're at rest, like all of these things. It is very easy to get tempted, but you seriously need to, you don't just okay, what sin can I use? For example, drinking. You don't just wake up and then there's a bottle of Hennessy next to you. Actually, that does happen sometimes, but most cases you don't. Okay, you don't just wake up and there's a bottle of Hennessy. You literally just don't. That's not realistic. For you to get to the club with this Hennessy and Jaeger and Don and all of those things that you like, if your thing is alcohol and like that's a temptation that you struggle with, you are the one that's saying yes to go to the party. You are the one that's getting ready to go to the party. You're the one that's doing your makeup, picking your outfit, probably buying something for the party, and you're the one that finds yourself there. And then when you get into a room full of temptation, you're like, oh my gosh, God, like I don't know how to get out. You brought yourself there. You carried yourself there. You wore the clothes. And you're like, let's go party. You're the one that's going, Betty, shut up, Clark. Oh God, I'm struggling with this temptation. But you put yourself in the temptation. How are you going to put yourself in a room full of devils and then be like, I really don't want the devil next to me? But you were planning the whole week leading up to go into that room full of devils. This is an example. It's just an example, don't be touched, but I'm just saying, okay? Do you ever feel pressured to go out a lot? And what helps you stay focused? What helps me stay focused is the fact that it's a lot of money, guys. I don't like wasting money. Like it's a lot of money. Also, I'm a very academic person. I've said this. I love school. I love being in school. I love being a uni girl. Like it's literally become my personality and I love it. Like I really don't care. I strive off of academic validation, which isn't a good thing all the time, but it really does help me get the goals that I want and get the grades that I want. And do I ever feel pressure to go out a lot? No. I love to say no. No is my favorite word. If I don't want to be in a party, if I don't want to be in a specific place, if I don't want to be surrounded by certain people, I can just say no. The best thing you can do for yourself is to just be not attainable, like not reachable. It must always be, and I haven't seen you out in a long time. Good. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. Literally. Focus was so teeny. But yeah, literally, guys, like I love to say no. I never really feel tempted to go out a lot. I did have a phase where I felt like, okay, I need to go out, I need to go to Groove, I need to go to this party because I need to vlog my vlogs. And then I started just doing whatever I liked. I started creating Christian content, and I'm like, oh, they also like my Christian content, so I didn't feel pressured to do something that I didn't want. And I think also when you get to that stage where you feel like you need to be doing a certain thing to impress friends, social media, for any other purpose besides because you want to do it, that's how you know that it's time for you to step out of that space and go elsewhere. Because you're not cute, babe. You're not cute, never will be cute. Thank you. Do you buy books for every module? You do buy books for every module. Like you'll need like a A4 quire book or whatever for every module. I personally buy books for every module, but you don't need to. If you buy like 288 book and then you just section it, you can like because you don't really take that much notes in class. I do personally. I rewrite my notes. That's just how I study. But if you know that you're a person who doesn't study by writing things down and reading them again, then you're probably not going to need a book. Like you'll probably need like 3 books and you'll survive, and you can just share the spaces. But I don't like sharing the spaces, so I buy a book for every single module. Thank you. Do you get to choose your schedule in terms of times and classes? Basically, your lecturer will have a thing and they'll say, okay, I'm teaching this for first years at this time on this dates, and then you just pick which one you attend. That's just how it goes. Sometimes, like in my university, they had groups, so it's either you're in group 1 or group 2, and in group 1 maybe she's teaching on a Monday at 7 a.m. and then again on a Wednesday at 3 p.m. and then again on a Friday at 5 p.m. and then maybe group 2 she's teaching at 10 a.m. on a Monday, like that, and then you pick whether you're in group 1 or you're in group 2. simple. So it's very flexible in comparison to high school, I will say that. Tips you would give to a shy first year trying to make friends. I already spoke on this, but I think the most important thing is to get yourself out there, step out of your comfort zone, greet random people, do stupid stuff, and just if there's an event on campus, go to that event on campus, stand next to someone you feel like that's my type of vibe, like maybe they dress the same as you or something that you can see that, okay, we have something in common. From the outside looking in, ask them, girl, what's going on? Do you know what's going on? Yo, no, girl, I don't know what's going on. Yo, okay, oh yeah, if we go there we can get free food, let's go, grab them, let's go. Simple. Because I'm telling you, everyone in first year is trying to make friends. You're not the only friendless person at the time, so don't be shy to go up to a girl that you feel like she could be my friend. Or if you guys share the same module, like quickly after class and be like, hey, I didn't really get what you were saying at the end, did you understand? Yeah, I understood, like she's trying to say this. Oh, okay, thank you so much. Do you mind if we, like, I don't know what you could say, but you'll be like, oh, thank you so much. Like, you can even make a joke and be like, okay, you're my only friend now, like, period, like, you're my only friend now, I'm telling you this. And if they're your vibe, they're your vibe. If they're not, don't force it. Never force friendship. How was your first year? I already spoke about this. As a first year, would you advise being friends with people in the same course as you, or your roommates being your friends? My roommates were my friends. We didn't force the friendship. We literally just hung out one time, and then we were like, oh, you're so crazy. Oh, girl, I love it. You laugh at everything. Wow, we love laughing. That's just literally how we clicked. We just laughed at the most dumbest stuff, and I was like, okay, you know what, you're my whole girl for real, logged in, you're my girl, period. I don't want to hear anything about it. And that's literally just how we became friends. If you feel like your roommate in specific isn't trying to be friends with you, like they're not treating you like a friend, or isn't jalo, don't force it. Literally don't force it. You don't have to be friends with your roommates. You literally don't have to be friends with them. Okay, I'm trying to do fast because I feel like this video is kind of long. How do you balance your money, and what is your budgeting strategy? I think I touched on this a little bit, but basically what I do money wise is I have a specific amount for everything, like groceries 1.2 to 1.5, transport 300, going out 500 sometimes. And then each month I like to buy myself something, like whether I'm gonna buy myself like a new concealer, I'm gonna buy myself this, I'm gonna buy myself that, like I do that. And then obviously the way that you budget is literally gonna go towards how much your parents are giving you or how much your bursary is giving you. If you're getting an allowance, like if your parents, let's say your parents are giving you 5k per month, is 5k enough? 5k is enough, guys. 5k is enough. They give you 5k for like food and everything. Then you know that, okay, within that 5k, 1.5 is gonna go to food, 300 is gonna go to transport, 500 is gonna go to going out. How much is all of that now? Let's actually do this. Like, let's do this for real. Like, let's actually do it. Okay, 5k. We said 1.5 is gonna be for food, 300 is transport, 500 is going out, and then maybe you want to do your maintenance. Maintenance is like 1k, 1000. You have 1.7 left. With that 1.7, then you know that, okay, I'm saving 700 for New Year's, and then you have 1k left, and then 1k is miscellaneous, because sometimes things are just gonna, life happens to you, and sometimes you do need a k. Like sometimes you need more money to do this, to do that. But honestly, it's up to what your parents are giving you. And I really do highly suggest, I did this with my mom, highly suggest sitting down with your parents and like budgeting with them, because they know more than a 20-year-old girl is gonna know in it, like, definitely. How is it like sharing with the roommates? I liked it, like I said. I loved having Balisa as my roommate. I enjoyed it. I had a ball. I loved having the girls with me all the time. Like, I literally built sisters within them. I wouldn't even call them friends anymore. So for me, it was a good experience, but I have heard people who have terrible experiences. But if you are going to have a roommate, then you need to go in with the mindset that you first are going to be a good roommate. Like, point blank, period. Yeah. Would you advise someone to come study at NMU? Yes, I would. Come. Izani, guys. Izani apa. Like, let's talk closer. I would. NMU is a very good institution. They do take care of their students and stuff. Like, maybe to a tad bit, like a tad bit much, but it's a great institution. You have the beach, you're able to go out, it's pretty safe there. I mean, there was kidnap season, which I thought was crazy, like, oh, even calling it a season now, kidnapping people. But otherwise, you know, every place has its ups and downs. I really would suggest you guys to come to NMU. I think it's a very good institution. You saw firsthand with me, I loved it there. It's like every other institution, really. If you do know, is it possible to do a bridging course from commerce to science in uni? I don't know. I'm telling you you can, and then you get in there so you can't, and then it's me. No. How did you transfer from college to uni? I just applied. So I applied with my grade 12 results, because I think my grade 12 were better than my grade 11. I applied with my grade 12 results and I got taken in. I'm going to uni. Okay, mom's asking how much money do you think I'll need per month? I think 5k is enough, guys. Honestly, I feel like 5k per month is more than enough. I mean, obviously depending on the city that you're gonna be in some places Ubers and stuff, and if you're living at res, you basically have all that you need, because most reses are very close to campus, so you're not gonna need transport. But I think 4 to 5k is more than enough per year. Is it important to have social skills? Does it help with academic stress? Have a social life? I think it's important because you're experiencing a new world, a new life. Everything is coming at you at once, and you're dealing with people who are going to be your support system and are going to help you get through certain things. Have friends like you watching me like I'm so stressed. Like, have you watching me like this boy? Even if you have male stress this year after watching this video, you hate me. You hate me because getting bullied. Like I literally told you, niggas. Zero on the main, okay? But yeah, I do think it's important to have some friends that you can vent to, talk to about anything, friends that you trust, you know, real friendship type friends. Essentials to bring to I already spoke about what I think you should bring to uni. What I think you should bring. Do you cook for yourself or do you have a schedule with your roommates? We all cooked for ourselves. I mean, there was times where like I would make pancakes. Whenever I make pancakes, I know I'm sharing with my girls because they love my pancakes. They made me feel so like, oh, you like my pancakes, like, oh, and they're like, oh, do you have more? And I'm like, no, but like, if the angles keep on changing, it's because I keep on running out of space and everything. So we're almost done. I pinky promise almost done. I think we're talking about cooking. My roommates and I, we all cooked for ourselves. Obviously, if we made a bigger meal, we would all share and like eat together as friends. But it's, yeah, I highly suggest don't share your roommates with your roommates. I've seen people do that and it just goes bad because you guys all eat differently. You eat 2 slices, she eats 4. Like, don't do that. It's not worth it. Just get your own groceries. And if you have a catered res, you are a lucky little girl or boy, non-binary. I don't know, girl. I don't know your business. But if you do get a catered res, then I think you are you're lucky. And if you do have a catered res, then your budget for food should be like 500 because you're still gonna need like noodles here and there. Like when the tuck shop whatever is closed, you are gonna want like snacks and like have some extra water in your room and stuff like that in the middle of the night, because in uni you don't sleep. Like your sleep schedule just goes out the window because you're just so busy. And especially if you're a social person, even if you're not a social person, I'm telling you, an extroverted person will find you. A me will find you and will make you absolutely go with them everywhere. I promise you it'll all work out. And then, are you an 8 student? I don't know. I pause. I get distinctions here and there. I don't know if I would say I'm an 8 student. I don't know what disciple is an 8 student. Okay, I love you guys asking about friends. Thanks. I think I really did cover on friends like a lot. How to apply? Go to the websites, click application, do the application process. How did you adjust to living in a different province all on your own? I don't know. It was all by the grace of God, guys. I really thought I was going to struggle so much. But also, I'm a very talkative person. I'm very outgoing. If I see someone who's quiet, I'm like, why are you quiet? Like, why aren't you talking? Hi, what's going on? I'm very like that. So it's very easy for me to make friends if they want to be my friend. But I also do have my moments where I'm very shy. Like, I can literally... Like I said to you guys, if I wasn't placed in the res that I was placed in with the girlies that I was placed with, I would have no friends. I would literally just go to school and come back. Like I'm an ambivert. I'm a bit of both. So yeah, I don't know. How was life like after in high school? It was like getting hit by a bus that was moving 500 kilometers an hour, and while you're getting hit, you're trying to tar your road. Like, it's so hard and it's so difficult. And one thing I also want to say is that everyone's life after matric is very different. Some people are just going to get accepted immediately, some aren't. Like, you need to not compare yourself no matter where you end up after university. Everyone has a different home. Like, when you're on the road, you're not going to be looking at another car, like trying to get home first before that car. You don't even know that person. What if they rush into the hospital? Like, come on. Everyone has a different destination that they're driving towards, and some people it's going to take them 30 minutes to get there, some an hour, some even 2 hours, some even take the hard train to get home every single day. Like, it's a different journey for everyone. Do you get what I'm saying? So you never want to compare yourself. Comparison is the killer of all joys. Like, it's the killer of everything. So yeah, if you don't get accepted, because I think results came out, if you don't get accepted and you're in a slump about it and you're sad about it, it's okay. This is your journey. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't compare yourself to other people. Like, don't now all of a sudden want to go to university because all of your friends are going to university. If that was something you never wanted to do, then find something that you want to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever feel pressure to do something that you don't want to do because you're comparing your journey to someone else's. Like, maybe their journey leads them to a mansion, maybe your journey leads you to a double story. At the end of the day, it's God's will needs to be done in your life. That's something I always say when I pray. It's just, God, let your will be done in my life. Like, even if it means taking me through the absolute slumps, I know it's always for the best, you know? Yeah. Do you share cleaning chores with your roommates? We all just cleaned. We had cleaners. Like, my res does have cleaners. Like, they will come in the morning and clean the whole res. But if like you spilled something on the floor, you're obviously gonna like sweep it. Like, I was lucky enough to be grouped with the very decent girls, very clean girlies. Like, you're gonna make your bread on the counter wipe when you're done. You know what I'm saying? It's like very much common sense. So yeah, I was just really blessed. How to balance academics and your social life as a first year student? Go watch any of my unfiltered uni days in my life. You need to prioritize, you need to plan, you need to wake up and plan your entire week, especially if there's an event that you want to go to on Friday. If there's an event you need to go to on Friday but you have something due on Saturday, my babe, if you're not done with that thing due on Saturday, sit down and get that thing done. As soon as you get an assignment, do it. Like, if you're in a lecture and they tell you that, oh, you guys have an assignment, it's due in a month, they're giving you a month for a reason. They're not giving you a month because they feel like, oh yeah, a month. Nah. They're giving you a month because it's going to take you a month to finish, because they are like considering other factors that come into as a first year in your life. Like that, you need to sit down and do it. Like, when I got an assignment, I'll be like, and then I'll do it the week that it's due and I'd be crying, absolutely crying. And the worst with group assignments. But when you're choosing group assignments, don't try and be with your friends, because especially if you know that your friend is lazy and you guys are kikiing about, laughing about it, but girl, it's your marks. Like, you really don't want to play with your marks like that. But yeah, really just watch any of my unfiltered uni days in my life, and you'll see how I was able to balance social life, uni, stress, prayer, all of that, because those are the videos that like kind of have everything in one. Tips on growing and learning and being more comfortable in your own company for the first time as a first year. Like I said, take yourself out on dates, go out by yourself, learn to do stuff alone. Like, when you're going to do your groceries, go alone. You need to learn to love yourself, and then once you love yourself, you're going to be comfortable with yourself. I think I had that journey in 2022, where I was just by myself a lot when I was in Eduvos. I think it was 2023, I don't even remember. But I learned to love myself. I learned myself again. I learned my habits. I realized that, oh, I do like the color pink. Like, pink is one of my favorite colors. And I used to always try and be like, no, like, I like green. I still like green. But I was always just trying to be so different because everyone was the same and I just wanted to be different. Like, I just wanted to be different. But I like doing my makeup. I like having wigs on. I like doing my lashes. You just need to learn yourself and love on yourself more before you try and love on literally anyone else. That's the best way I can say. Yeah, I think that's the end of it. If I wasn't able to answer your question, I'm so sorry. I don't think I'm gonna do a second part, so it's maybe next year at this time. I don't know, we'll see. But this is the final makeup look. Let me try to bring you guys here. This is how she's looking. Yeah, I love you guys so much. Wish nothing but God's grace and mercy upon your life. I have been talking for almost 2 hours now. Fantastic. Who knew I could yap so much? My lace is actually lifting, so if you peeped that, no you did not. I love you guys to absolute bits. I pray that this year brings you nothing but blessings upon blessings, and always remember to fill your own cup before you try and fill someone else's cup. The only time you should be filling other people's cup is when yours is overflowing. Thank you. Okay, I love you guys to absolute depth, and I'll see you next time, my angels. Bye.